Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the live Zoom call session. Hopefully, everyone can hear me. So, first thing we're going to be looking at is quickly DXY. So, that's the thing we sent. We're going to be talking about DXY, gold, GBP, Euro, USD, and the fundamentals next week. So, we're going to go from fundamentals next week. So, next week, what we're looking at is quite a slow week in terms of trading. Next week, don't have as many news as we had previous week. So, or this week, today is still Saturday, so we can continue this week. So next week, Monday is going to be fairly dead, as you can clearly see. Not really anything important, anything that's going to affect the market. Euro group, this might affect the market. That's 11 GMT. As Euro leaders will be probably meeting via, digital technology, so they might talk about a stimulus, but nothing really. This is probably not going to matter anymore because the main thing already has happened. The stimulus talk package they were discussing has already been passed, so there's nothing major is going to be on Tuesday. Building purpose, this might affect stocks like DJ30 and those stocks which has stocks of companies which build buildings, and such as stocks of companies which provide building materials such as concrete, tar, and those building products that could be affected by this news. But fairly slow week in terms of news. Thursday we do have important news, which is another initial jobless claim, as is below 1 million since the pandemic started for US. So quite a big news. Last time it came below 1 million. So anything lower than this will, is a good news for US, and we might see dollar finally climbing, because we did see dollar some kind of a ranging momentum last week. Didn't really see any kind of momentum up or down, just ranging on sideways. So we might see some kind of a also Philadelphia manufacturing, also quite important news, talks about how manufacturing is in city of Philadelphia. Quite important news, guys, because a lot of Philadelphia is one of the key manufacturing places of the US. So this will actually give us a decent outlook of the economy that's going. What's the going economy of US and how is performing after really slow week last week. This week we might see some kind of explosive movements that we were expecting last week, but we might see this week. In US dollars. So let's quickly look at USD future outlook. So we're gonna start with DXY now. So DXY, this is my DXY right here. Let's go to a longer time frame quickly. So a longer time frame, clearly see that's what this was last week, basically. Not real movement, ranging motion whole week. But currently, this below this 1 hour resistance line. This line, blue line here, is below 1 hour resistance, which is at 93.15. So after the news came on Friday, let's quickly check previous week. There was a news on Friday for US dollar. Quickly, let's go to Friday. Yeah, initial jobless. No, initial jobs. So we have Friday. Yeah, retail sales came out. Core retail and retail sales. Not really pretty numbers. You can clearly see last time when they came out, it was 8.3%. It was only 1.9%. Not good numbers. So that on that basis, we did see DXY really drop a lot, but not really a big momentum, only just up and down momentum. So on that basis, we want DXY to, be explosive this week. Again, as I said, not that many massive news. So we're going to be heavily relying on technical analysis. On technical basis, purely looks like it's going to drop at least as low as 92.2. So that's the level we're looking at. Let's go to a 15-minute time frame. Let's see what that happens on that level. So we can clearly see DXY has dropped to that level before on 30th of August. On around 3:15 p.m. So we did DXY testing the levels of 92.93. Could happen at the start of the next week because DXY is still below this hourly resistance, plus below this 50 EMA, and our MACD is inching closer and closer to cross below this bearish crossover. So we might see DXY dropping early next week. Let me just draw my trend line here. We can clearly see our DXY is below this trend line. I didn't even try to break above this trend line when market was closing on Friday. So another indication, actually, sellers are not really, buyers do not really want to buy DXY at this point. They really just want to, hold out to what happens in the market. But most likely sellers are stronger at this point because the buyers are actually showing no interest in buying DXY. So we might see, a DXY dropping earlier next week. Again, just a quick, can everyone hear me? XAUSD, we're going to be talking about that later. First, we're going to finish with, DXY, and then we're going to go move on to gold. So again, DXY is, but you need to learn how DXY moves to really know how gold moves. But gold and DXY actually move together because they're both, because you trade gold against dollar, so you need to know what happened with dollar to really trade gold. So, so for now, so this was a ascending, ascending triangle. You can clearly see it was ascending, but now finally broken below this downtrend line. So we can expect, DXY to really drop. You can see when when the market closed on Friday, there was hardly any momentum in DXY. Those indicators, buyers are really not want to do anything with DXY right now. So we might see, DXY dropping earlier next week. As could drop as low as 93.32, but if that low breaks, we could see a lows of 92.2, and when that low breaks, we could see DXY dropping all the way at 92.63. So that quite key levels, quite important key levels DXY is currently reaching, but very important how next week DXY reacts for us to really know what's happening with dollar. So let's quickly look at gold now. Key levels of gold currently. Let's go to longer time frame. So on a 4-hourly time frame, currently gold is basically just testing, trying to break above this level of 1946, which hasn't really able to break this level. It did break, heart barely broke on 30th of August, then it came back down and just below 1946. This is a very, very strong key level, because if gold does break this 1946 key level, 1949, sorry, if the gold does break this 1949 key level, we could see gold rising as high as 1977 at least. And once the gold pushes past 1977, we could see there's no more resistance. We can see last time when gold started rising after breaking this highs of 1985, we could see gold rising as high as 2067 and 2071. So quite important level 1949. That's a very key level going into next week. We're going to be keeping a close eye on that level, because if I see a breakout in this key level here, we could see gold actually going as high as in 1970 in one go. So keep an eye out. We could see gold going up at 20-30 points at the start of the week. The DXY is looking really weak, so on that basis we might see gold picking up some kind of strength. You could see my downtrend line. Yes, so again, gold is has a tendency of respecting this trend channel that we have right here. So every time price reaches the highest of this trend channel, which is support resistance line here, it drops, and that's the trend channel support, so it goes up. So currently testing this resistance part of this trend channel, so we could see quite you can't really tell right now what's happening with gold, to be honest. We can't really predict where gold is going to move, because currently just in the middle of nowhere. It could go up, it could go down. Currently, if I go to purely technical basis, I would sell this, because it's testing the resistance part of this trend channel, and we can clearly see historically as well, whenever price reaches this level, it drops. So technically, on pure technical basis, we might see gold drop, but again, gold is really fundamental. So if there's a news comes out from US which is bad or good for US, we might see gold move up and down. So we need to see a breakout above this 1949 for us to be 100% to be a buy zone. Before that, we're going to be looking for sales only. So if the gold doesn't able to break this level, as long as gold doesn't break this 1949 and I see a close somewhere around here, I do not want to buy gold. I don't want to hold any buy position. I would just want to look for sales. So we're just going to wait for a breakout. But pure technical basis, if I were going to trade some quick scalps, I would probably sell gold, put myself just about 1948 and put my TP just as 1940. So just 4 points up and down, 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. That would be my quick sell. But we need to see how the market really opens on Monday morning, quite important, because gold did make a, just a similar high. It failed to make a lower high. So this was a lower high. Gold was making, lower high. Failed to make another lower low, indicating the gold is probably breaking up, breaking about this downtrend that has been in since 13th of August. We might see gold breaking above, but again, need to see a break above 1949 level for it to be 100% sure that gold is an uptrend. So 1914, guys, key level. Mark this on your own charts on TradingView or MetaTrader 4, whatever you use, and really it's going to be really important how gold reacts to this 1949 very key level, guys. As you can see, whenever gold goes above this key level, it rises as high as 1962, but when it drops really heavily. So we have to keep an eye at this 1949 key level right there. So next thing, final thing we're looking at is how USD and GPSD is going to key levels react. So again, as you guys should know by now, that USD works against USD. So when the XY goes down, which is probably going to looks like it's going to go down early next week, we're going to see euro rising. Euro did rise when market was closing. We did see some kind of a buy pressure in euro, indicating that we might see this continuation of this buy pressure coming next week when the market opens on Sunday night. So again, on Monday, we can clearly see euro did try to break this low of 18.2026, this support level here, which is a 4-hourly support level, and we might see euro actually rising from here as high as 18.30, 18.69, and if that level breaks, we can see euro rising as high as a 1.1916, which it was at one point, which was only 6th of August, so not long ago. We might see euro coming back, because euro does look like quite a strong buy right now. The euro group meeting we're talking about Monday might see some kind of a bullish momentum. Euro might give if there's more positive outlook, from EU leaders, because there is a rise of cases. You must have heard the UK have recorded the highest rise of cases on Saturday since they have lifted lockdown. So, quite a serious matter going on, around the world. There also cases rising in France, Spain, Portugal. A lot of European countries are seeing rise of cases, which is going to affect the market in coming days. So we have to be careful when trading euro. So I want to see how euro really reacts when the market opens on this. So many fundamental news that's coming through over the weekend. So currently euro just above this support level, 1.18141. On a short time basis, we are seeing some kind of a I just showed you 15-minute time frame. We are seeing some kind of a bullish momentum in market close. So if this level continues, we could see euro rise about 1.19. If that level holds, we might see as euro fall back to levels of 1.17, which is a second support level of our 4-hourly time frame. Sorry guys, I don't know, just internet just a bit slow right now. Let me just refresh quickly. Don't know what happens with the internet. Quite slow right now. So one customer is asking, he wants to go through again. So again, euro, as I said earlier, so euro currently quite strong bullish momentum on a 4-hour time frame. You clearly see, euro is quite strongly going up. Made a double bottom, then broke above this neckline, started rising again. We could see euro rising as high as this level here, 1.18. This is the first TP level. If I were to take this trade as a buy next week, if I do see, this would be my first TP level, 1.1862, and my second TP level would be 1.198, because I do think euro is quite strong. I could reach as high as 1.19 and break that level, guys. As you know, euro is quite high. It's been highest for last 3 years, so quite strong momentum. As you can clearly see, DXY is dropping quite furiously. So if next week when the market opens, we see some kind of very strong bearish momentum DXY, we could see euro, actually just rising, going berserk, and shooting, in one go. We could see a big massive candle in one go to 1.186. Keep an eye for euro, guys. We could be able to see some very strong sniper entries on euro USD. Keep an eye out for euro USD, guys. It will be a major pair next week. GPSD. Let's quickly look at your 4-hour time frame. So on a 4-hour time frame, GPSD, not really doing anything, just ranging between 1.1324 and 1.1343. So just ranging up and down. No real momentum, actually, no real trend right now, just going up and down. I really want to see a trend, something like going up. But overall, if I do want to see a trend, I could basically just draw a trend line. It is kind of an uptrend and a trend channel right now, actually. If I go to the 15-minute time frame, it would be easier to see this trend channel. So on a 15-minute time frame, we have this trend channel here that we just drew. So currently testing as we can say, the support of this trend channel. So that's the trend channel support level. We have seen historically as well, whenever price reaches this trend channel support level, it does ride quite strongly. So you might see a strong rise after GP dropping another, let's say, how many pips, eight or pips or so. So this could be a good buy limit trade here. We could put a buy limit here when the market opens to see if, USD could drop as GPSD could drop as soon as the market opens all the way here, because we have heard that GBP has seen a rise in cases, and there might be more lockdown fears, as they have already included a lot of countries in quarantine lists. So that might affect the GBP early in moving into the next week. So we could see GBP drop back to lows of 1.372. But again, quite a strong support level, guys. As you clearly know, the last time when price was here, just on 14th of August, which was yesterday, we saw a GBP short from 75 all the way to 91. That's about 20. That's about 20 something. That's about 15, 16 per price in one go. So quite a strong level here, guys. Keep an eye for this level 1.3072. We could see another quite strong rise in GP on that important level. Again, guys, that's it for the next week watch list. So these are the important trades we're looking at: dollar, GP, USD, and gold. We'll be focusing on mainly next week. There are the pairs we're looking at: GP, JPY, and those are the pairs which would be sending out analysis as we send out trades in VIP, as you guys already know. Plus, if you have any questions, you can always ask me and my team, and we'll be more than happy to help you. Also, guys, if you want to learn anything about any other indicator or anything else, you can always ask me, and my team will be more than happy to help you guys. Okay, enjoy your weekend. Have a safe weekend, and let's start the next trading week strong. Thank you.